Hello guys, in the last videos we have seen like containers in Java. In containers we have seen nearly class, abstract class and interface. These concepts we understood in the last video. In this video we are going to see methods in Java. Methods in Java. This topic we are going to understand. First of all, what exactly the purpose of methods in Java? What is the need of this method? What methods are able to do? And how to declare methods? And how to access methods? These points here we are going to understand. It's very clear that in Java applications, entities are represented in the form of classes. We know already. Entities like a student or maybe employee or account or maybe product or like customer and all these are which one they know entities. These entities are represented in the form of which one? Classes. Next one, entities data will be represented in the form of which one they know? Entities are represented in the form of classes only, but entities data will be represented in the form of which one they know? Variables. Entities data will be represented in the form of variables. If you take student is an entity, like student ID is available, that is S-111 for example. The data I want to represent in the form of which one they know? SID variable. And student name Durga for example, the data I want to represent in the form of which one? Name variable. So entities are represented in the form of classes and entities data will be represented in the form of which one they know? Variables. Similarly, entities behaviors are actions. Entities behaviors are actions that we are going to represent in the form of which one? Methods. So point is very clear. What exactly the meaning of method? What is the requirement of the method? No, if you want to represent the action or behavior of a particular entity, if you want to represent the actions or behaviors of an entity in the form of coding part, there we have to go for which one? Methods. This is what exactly the requirement of the methods. So finally the definition for method is which one there? In Java, method is a set of finish sections. Method is a set of finish sections. That's fine. Okay. It able to represent or it can be used to represent a particular action. It can be used to represent a particular action of an entity. A particular action of an entity. Some work is represented by this method. So first of all, method is a set of finish sections. It can be used to represent a particular action of an entity. This is what exactly the meaning of which one? No? A method. Simple example I am telling them. If you go for transaction, for example, I want to go for a class of transaction. Transaction is an entity. That's why represented in the form of which one they know? Like class. It's okay. Transaction data is available. If you want to perform some transaction, some data is required. Account details is the data. I can take this account details here. Of course, account also be represented in the form of another entity that we can include inside this which one they know? Transaction. Okay, fine. Individually, if you take this, first of all, string account number I want to take, and next one is which one there, and string account holder name. And then after that, string account to type. Like this, these details we required. Next one is which one? Long balance. How much data is available here? That balance here we required. It's okay. So these many details we required if you want to perform which one? Any transaction. But what exactly the behaviors of these transactions actually? The behaviors of the transactions may be withdrawal. Withdrawal is which one? One transaction. One behavior. Next one is which one? Deposit is another one. Next one is which one? Transfer is another one. Simple examples I am telling there. Public void deposit. Deposit. If you want to perform deposit operation, what we require here majorly? Account number is sufficient and comma into deposit amount. Here we require now. Right, sir. That we are able to provide. Here a set of finish sections here we are going to prepare in order to perform deposit operation. Public void deposit. String account number comma into deposit amount. Next one is after that public void like withdraw. Public void withdraw. If you want to perform withdraw also, we require account number. So ACCNO, comma, and int withdrawal amount. Withdraw amount that we are able to provide. It's okay. Now here also a set of instructions here we are going to be defined. Behavior here we are going to be defined here. Next one is public void. Another thing is which one? Another functionality is which one? Transfer funds. That another thing is which one there? No, transfer funds. If you want to transfer some amount there, so here we require source account first of all, source account, comma, again here string target account here we required, comma, then after that into transfer amount, right sir. This much of data here we have to take there. Right sir. Now these are the parameters. Now here inside this here we have to provide which one they know our content clearly. Now observe this clearly. For the transaction entity, deposit is an action, withdrawal is an action, transfer funds is another action. With deposit, withdraw and transfer funds, these are the actions. So to represent these actions or these behaviors, we have to use which one they know? Methods. Method is a set of instructions. It able to perform a particular action of an entity, or it able to perform a particular behavior of an entity. It able to represent action or behavior of an entity. This is the meaning of which one they know? A method clearly. No? Okay, fine. What is the requirement of the methods? We understood up to now. But how to declare? How we are able to declare methods in Java applications? How it is possible to declare methods in Java applications? If you want to declare methods in Java applications, here we are going to use a particular syntax. Syntax of the methods here we are going to understand. What exactly the syntax of the method here we are able to have there? That syntax will be very clear, like which one there. First of all, here we need to provide which one they know? Access modifiers. Access modifiers. That means more than one access modifier is also be allowed along with our methods. That's why here first one is which one? Access modifiers. Moreover, that is optional. Next one is which one? Then after that, return type. Return type. Access modifiers is okay. The next one is which one? There no return type. Return type is available. After providing this return type, no, next one is which one? There no method name. Name of the method here we have to provide. Where optional parameter list here we have to provide. Optional parameter list. Access modifiers, return type, method name, and optional parameter list here we are getting. Then after that here we are able to have optional throws exception list. Throws exception list. Then after that here we are going to write which one? Body, curly braces, and a set of finish sections here we are going to write. That set of finish sections are totally depending on which one they know? Our requirement. Our requirement. What exactly the sections here we want to provide there? That is totally depending on our requirement. What exactly this method is representing an action? That action related sections we are going to write inside this method. This is the syntax we are going to follow to prepare methods in Java applications. Right sir. What exactly the syntax here? Just try to understand this syntax now. First one is which one there? Access modifiers. Next one is which one there? No, return type. Next one is which one there? Method name. Then after that, parameter list. Next one is which one? Throws exception list. Now tell me, inside this method syntax, which components or which things are optional here? Which things are optional inside this one? We can understand access modifiers, this is optional. Parameter list, this is optional. And throws exception list, this is optional. And the remaining things are mandatory. For every method, return type is mandatory. Every method, for every method, return type is mandatory. Without a return type, we are not going to write any method. This is mandatory. Method name, of course, without method name also, how can we declare method? Method name is obvious, method name is mandatory. But parameter list is optional. We may provide parameters or may not provide parameters, that depends on our requirement. And through exception list. Exception list is also be optional. We'll talk about each and every part in our method syntax here clearly. Now first of all, let us come for these access modifiers. Access modifiers in methods. Previously we have seen access modifiers in classes. For classes, what exactly access modifiers are available and how their behaviors are available, that we understood. But now we are going to understand about these access modifiers with which one they know? Methods. We know already two types of access modifiers are available. What are the two types of access modifiers? You know, first one is which one there? To define scope to the methods. To define scope to the methods, four types of access modifiers are available. What are the four types of access modifiers? You know, first one is public, next one is protected, and next one is which one there? No, default, and what next one? You know, private. This is one category. Right, sir. Then what about this another category? No, another category is which one there? To define some extra nature to the methods, we will use some other access modifiers. What are the various access modifiers are available here to define some extra nature to the methods? No, first one is which one there? Static, final, abstract, native, and volatile. Then after that, after completion of this, transient. Next one is a synchronized. After completion of this synchronized, strict FP, and so on, if anything is remaining here. These are the two types of access modifiers are available in Java, and especially these two types of access modifiers are also be applied for which one there? No, methods directly. Now we are going to check from the first list of access modifiers, public, protected, default, private. We know already what is a public, what is protected, what is default, and what is private. Private is which one there? If I declare a method as a private, no, it will be available up to the respective class only. It is not available to outside of the class. Good. If I declare a method as a default, no, that method is available up to the present package only. That method is not available to outside of the present package. If I declare a method as a protected, then that method is available up to the present package, and child class is available in other packages. Next one, if I declare a method as a public, then that method is available throughout our application. Any number of packages throughout our application, that method is available. These are the four types of scopes to define scopes now. Four types of access modifiers to define the scopes here: private, default, protected, and public. But here my case is which one? Among these access modifiers, which access modifiers are going to be allowed for our methods and which access modifiers are not going to be allowed for methods? That we are going to understand clearly. Right, now let us check this here. I want to write a simple program here. Right, so now I'll go for this, which one there? Class A test. Now inside this, just I want to write void M1 method. Void M1 method, just I want to write which one there? No, system.out.println no M1A, like this. I want to write it. Now in general here, what I am trying to do there, if you want to access this M1 method from this class A, first we have to create object for A small a is equal to new A dot M1 method. That's fine. A small a is equal to new A constructor and A dot M1 method. So we can run this one here. Now here I'll go for D drive. Inside the D drive, like core Java. Now inside this core Java, I'll go for which one? Test.java. I'll save this one, test.java. Let me open this command prompt here. Now this will be like which one here? And cd core Java, Java C space test.java, compiled successfully, no problem. Java space test. Here we are able to get some output also there now. Java C space test.java, it will be compiled. Next one is Java space tester. Here we are able to get output like which one? M1A output here we are getting there. That's okay, fine. This is normal program. Now from the first list of access modifiers, public, protected, default, and private, which access modifiers are allowed for our methods and which access modifiers are not allowed for our methods? This one here we want to check. First of all, understand this private. Point is very much clear. Private methods are valid up to the class A. But in this example, we are trying to call this M1 method in outside of class K. So definitely we will get compilation error. Right, sir. Now, compile this one here. Error we are getting there. M1 has a private access in A. M1 has private access in A. We are getting that A dot M1 method. Okay, for example, if I have not accessed this method, in outside there, definitely private is allowed. Now here we are not going to get any compilation error. That's fine. This is one point here. Okay. So it means that private is allowed. Whether we access it or not access it, there is a different story. First of all, private is allowed for our normal Java methods. Right, sir. Now, nothing I declared, sir. Nothing I declared in the sense which scope is available, default scope is available. Nothing I declared in the sense default scope is available here, no? So now let us check this here clearly. Compiled successfully. Now we are not getting any problem. So default is also be allowed. Next one is which one they know? Protected. Protected here I provided here. Now observe carefully. Now here we compile this. Okay, fine. Successfully we compiled this. We are not getting any compilation error. Next one is public. Public I provided here. So here we are not going to get any compilation error. No. Here also we are not getting any compilation error here. So public is also be allowed directly. So finally here what exactly the point I am telling there, from the above list of access modifiers, from the above list of access modifiers, all public comma protected and protected comma default and private are not allowed, are allowed in a method syntax, are allowed in a method syntax. This is what exactly the first list of access modifiers what we are having in our content directly. This is the first list of access modifiers part here from this particular syntax.